Hi there, I'm Eric, aka Erkberg. Recollection, my first game as a solo developer, released a little more than a month ago. And today I want to tell you about how it all went down, what I did before and after the launch, what worked well for me and what didn't, and about all the magical numbers that are important when launching a game. Let's start with those. Usually when launching a game you want to have as many wishlists on Steam as possible to increase visibility via the algorithm. Upwards of 7,000 is pretty good, because it increases the chances to get into Steam's popular upcoming tab, which gives a great boost prior to launch. Unfortunately, I only had around 550 wishlists at launch, which meant no front page coverage for me. After 1 month, things are looking much better though. I am now at around 2,100 wishlists, meaning I almost quadrupled them within the first month. The reviews so far are also looking great. All of them are positive, which is unbelievable, and there's a total amount of 39 reviews. This is just awesome, and my next goal is to get to 50 reviews, because then that little positive here will turn into a very positive. I sold 170 copies in the first week and only 25 more in the rest of the last month, for a total of 195 sales. That's a very usual thing to observe on Steam though. In the first week the game was discounted by 10%, and most Steam users only buy a game when it's discounted. I'm excited to see what will happen when it goes on sale the next time, which is planned for the end of June. So overall I made $738 so far, but that's not what I'll get. It's $738 minus 30% Steam cut, equaling $517. But that's not the end of it, because there's payout fees that I still have to research and income taxes for me. But something nice too. I'm going to donate 10% to environmental charities. Something I had always planned to do with this game and I'm really looking forward to. So that's by far not enough to continue in the same vein, but more on that later. First I want to tell you about all the things I did to promote the launch of the game and how well each one worked. Earth Appreciation Festival, the biggest boost for my game. I only noticed this event 1 day after launch and asked the hosts if they could add Recollection, as it would be a perfect fit for the theme. And luckily they did. Not too many games in this festival, plus Steam front page coverage over the weekend made this the best thing I could have hoped for. TikTok. I made a road to release series for a week that was really fun to create and already did above average for me. I also made a short video of me pressing the release button, and that one did super well, more than 25,000 views and lots of engagement. TikTok in general is probably the most promising platform for promoting indie games, and also just a lot of fun. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, all the socials, Mastodon. I posted the launch trailer everywhere, but I didn't get much more than the usual engagement, except on Twitter where it did better than usual, but still mostly stayed inside my bubble. Reddit. I posted the launch trailer to all the smaller game dev subreddits, but it failed completely. Not sure what happened, as previous videos did much better. Usually for a game's launch you want to prepare your profile with content unrelated to your game, so you're able to post to one of the bigger subreddits like our games. But unfortunately I didn't have the time and energy to prepare for this. Paying a PR person. As I didn't have enough time to research and contact a ton of press and streamers myself, I paid someone $500 to do it for me. It was very nice working with them, but the results were pretty disappointing. Not a lot of coverage generated from this, so it wasn't worth doing for me. Streamer outreach. Additionally, I researched and contacted around 100 streamers directly with a key and custom message. This was quite time consuming and exhausting to do and didn't work out at all. Only a few smaller streamers picked up the game. Something I noticed, most streamers above 10,000 followers all play the same indie games. If you don't have a hit at your hands, it's pretty unlikely to get featured. And finally, Keymailer, a much more chill experience to get the game covered, as streamers directly request a key from devs. I handed out around 80 keys and got quite a bit of coverage, but pretty much only from very small streamers with low reach. Still, it's really nice to see people play and enjoy the game. I would have loved to get even more chances at coverage by reaching out to even more streamers and influencers. I saw a blog post once that said when you're sending out less than 500 keys, you're doing something wrong. But I just didn't have enough time before launch, and the main reason for this was that I had a surgery 3 weeks before release that was supposed to only knock me out for a couple of days, but in the end it burdened me for multiple weeks and the healing wasn't even done until after the launch. That was really depressing and impacted the marketing for my release quite a bit. But I did the best I could and found a good balance, I think, between recovery and some work. Still, I'd highly recommend to avoid unforeseeable things like this right before launch, if at all possible. And that's pretty much all I did around the launch of the game. Now, let's have a look at what happened since then. Not too much actually. I continued working on the game and released an update that addressed some minor issues. I was a bit surprised how few problems and bugs turned up. Big shout out to my testers for doing a great job. I also tried to get more translations going and added 5 more languages in an update just last week. Some of the community translators actually contacted me after the launch of the game and offered help with additional languages, which is just awesome. I also got into another festival, the Indie Live Expo. This increased sales and wishlists again for my game, but by far not as much as Earth Appreciation Festival, as this one has a lot more games in it and thus the visibility for my game is lower. Right now I'm still working on the game and have a few more updates planned. One to add some more content in the form of bonus objects, another one to rework the soundtrack a bit and release it as an official OST, and another round of translations. If you know anyone who could help out with Korean and Thai, please let me know. I also want to bring the game to more platforms in the future. Right now it is only available for Windows on Steam and itch.io. Oh, did I forget to mention itch.io? It's my favorite platform for game jam games, but not so great for commercial ones it seems. I only sold one single copy there. Anyway, I'm currently working on the version for the Epic Games Store as it recently opened up to accept all games without heavy curation. I also want to offer Mac and Linux versions at some point, but that's a bit further down the line. And I dream of bringing Recollection to mobile and Switch someday, but it's quite far away and needs some more budget to back it up. Speaking of which, what I'm mainly doing right now is looking for freelance work. My budget is depleted and as mentioned before, the game is not selling well enough. So right now I have to refill the empty accounts to be able to afford further development for Recollection and at some point the next project. I really hope to still be able to work a bit on Recollection and new videos on the side, but freelancing is gonna be my main focus for probably the rest of the year. That's just how things go for niche indie games. It's very unlikely that they'll carry themselves financially. But I expected things to go this way and I'm completely fine with it. I'm actually excited to see what else is out there, to try out and learn different and new things. If you happen to know someone looking for an expert Unity C# developer for games or any kinds of applications, feel free to contact me. So, that's all about the launch of my first solo developed indie game for now. Please let me know any questions and feedback you have in the comments. I'll still post some short videos about Recollection here and there, but the content on the game will probably slow down quite a bit. I hope to be able to create some more tutorials again instead, if time permits. In the meantime, I wish you all a great rest of the day and hope to see you here again soon. Bye!